Come on, for real?
What's this? Kid and Play?
Yes.
Bad music, nigga. I don't like go-go, nigga. Oh, DC. I was about to say, what the fuck you playing?
This ain't go-go.
This is go-go, nigga. This ain't go-go? This is go-go, nigga.
It's house music.
This is go-go. Watch this. Doing the butt. Frank says sexy. Nah, please. That's what it is. I finally get it. This is your real parents.
Shut up.
Kid and Play your real parents. I didn't know it at the time, but Kid was a trans man. And Kid and Play had a baby. And that explains everything.
Why would you say that?
Because Kid and Play your mama and dad.
You thought that was funny, huh?
Kid Play your mama and daddy, nigga. Yes, I did actually, and I'm gonna crack jokes on everybody, motherfucker. Don't say you want equality. Equality mean equal opportunities jokes, nigga.
It's just two of us today, y'all. It's just two of us today.
It's one thing I never understood. Why would niggas put themselves in jail in their own video? I'm not paying to put that image of me out. So when people say 90s hip hop, they always forget this shit. Early 90s. That's the same beat.
That's the Ghostbusters record.
That's the same beat as the other one. And they dip.
Man said they grabbed the Proton packs.
Oh. It's so weird because like the music.
Shouts
is so,
to my little cousin for the new
so
artwork.
so
New
different.
artwork. Have you seen the new artwork? We're actually elements from the periodic table now.
That's. Yeah. What element are we? 69?
No, we are not 69.
Yes, you are. You Takashi, nigga. Didn't know I knew the words, did you?
This is how we got to do it, people. Take control. The white people crazy, y'all. We got to take control.
I feel sorry for these.
Brand new Russ.
Wow.
Featuring Lil Baby.
Russ paid for a feature? Wow.
Called Ugly.
Wow. All right. He is so immature. Turn me up. No, I ain't saying that for real. I'm good.
Oh, I was about to
No.
say.
Come
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
1 2 1 2. Oh,
Hold on.
wait. Something's happening.
I know we up way too high.
1 2 1 2.
Hold
1
on,
2
I got
1
you.
2.
I got you. I'm gonna pull you down.
Yeah, I wasn't having this problem when I turned my head. There we go. What? There we go.
Hold
there
on.
we go.
Are you still peeking?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. I'm not peeking either, so.
1 2 1 2.
Hold on.
I'm cracking.
I see. Talk now. Talk to me.
You doing it too. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Please stop fucking touching them damn buttons. 1 2
Shut
1
up,
2
man.
1 2 1 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn me up.
You want to turn up now?
Yeah. Turn
Talk
me
to
up.
me. Talk to me.
Hello. Let me hear you now.
Uh-huh.
All right, we sound good. We both talk at the same time.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
All right, we good.
Ooh, audio engineering 101, y'all.
Don't disrespect engineers, nigga.
I'm not an engineer.
There
I'm
we
just
go. A lesbian. Let's go.
Did you just call me a lesbian?
Yes, I did.
I'm not a lesbian
Okay.
anymore.
See. Oh my God, you look like Ab-Soul.
I do not look like Ab, so don't ever say that. Don't ever disrespect me like that. All right. Welcome back to another element, y'all. Another element. We at episode 8.
Wow, Ocho.
Episode 8, y'all. Woo. It's heavy, yo. Me, Neo in the building. Show with us in spirit.
Yes.
So, how was your week?
My week was it was strong. It was strong. Did a lot of meditating. Finally figured out a lot of the why I be lollygagging and hesitating and all that bullshit. Watch white on white violence. That shit brought joy to my heart. You know, I support white on white violence.
Well, we'll get into that a little bit later. That was a lot of my week too. I looked up Wednesday and I saw the Capitol. I saw people scaling the buildings like Spider-Man, and I was confused as to how they got that close.
Because the Capitol Police were complicit.
And as we've gotten more details, we have seen that, yes, there were officers who were complicit, including here in Chicago, one of the head of our police unions.
Oh, that dude.
He actually stood by those who rioted.
Let me tell you something. I love the head of the Fraternal Order of Police for Chicago, and the reason why is he has been sent by God to be the living embodiment of every negative stereotype about the police. He literally is the living embodiment of every negative stereotype about the police. And he has been sent by God so we can stop saying that those people, and we could point specifically to him. So yeah, it's everything we've been saying for the longest. So if you are one of them people that didn't believe in it, or, oh man, blue lives matter, all that nonsense, all of your talking points have just been destroyed. And that brings so much pleasure to my soul.
All right. Well, I think that leads us right into our first topic. The president has been banned by basically the internet at this point. No joke. So
yeah.
Last week we discovered that the president was blocked by Facebook. He was banned from Facebook.
Let's just call him 45.
He then got banned by Twitter.
Yeah.
He then got banned by Pinterest, Spotify, Shopify.
Spotify.
Yes, Shopify.
Shopify.
Google.
That makes sense.
Reddit, and a plethora of others, Joe.
And Parler has gotten de-hosted from Amazon.
Yeah. And so I think that de-hosted from Amazon, and it's gotten deplatformed by the App Store, their app. Now,
but I've never heard anybody being de-hosted. That's why. That's why.
If you are unfamiliar with what Parler is it's a application that was like a Twitter, except
it's a safe space for conservative crybaby flip-floppers. And it's funny how they became the exact everything that they used to say that the liberals were, that they became. Well, the liberals was doing the same thing, but they became the embodiment that they needed a safe space, and they flip-floppers and they cucks. And they always talk about how the liberals is cucks, but everybody know the conservatives, America is they bitch, and they love America, and they just let Donald fuck America in the ass on national TV while they sat back and watched. So what I think is amazing is they the real cucks. They the real flip-floppers. They the real cornballs. So yeah, Parler got decommissioned, everything. It's and what I think is funny. I think it's funny about all this. We ain't even got to get into the if they were black, because we clearly know what that is. What I think is funny is that now everybody talking about, oh, it's free speech and they can't do that. But y'all the same people who voted so that a cake company didn't have to make a wedding cake for a gay couple and put that into law, where private companies could basically discriminate for whatever reason whatsoever and refuse service. They literally passed laws where companies can refuse service just based on something as simple as
sexual orientation.
Whatever reason. We could deny service for whatever reason.
because you go against our beliefs. So now they're being denied service and have the nerve, the audacity to actually complain about the same fucking laws that they fought to pass. I think that's hilarious.
Added to that, I was in a clubhouse room. I want to say it was 2 days ago. And there's a white man that's by the name of Eric Weinstein who took to Clubhouse and he literally said, and I heard him say this about Trump being banned from Twitter. He said, this sets this awful precedent. He said, I believe that due to socialized ideas now, we are going to forever lose our power as a country. And
they
people
are
hold on.
such...
And then he said this was the kicker for me. He said, I wholeheartedly believe that exclusion is necessary at times. And so by us speaking against it, we are creating the death of America.
I mean, what's so funny is the same people, when Cap took a knee,
Come on.
when LeBron opened his mouth, they said shut up and dribble.
Mm-hmm.
When Cap took a knee, they had a nervous breakdown. When George Floyd and all that popped off and Breonna Taylor, they was telling everybody to just shut up and that they're criminals. And I was telling people for years, the reason why I've always loved this administration, and people didn't understand why, is because this man was sent to us. He's a trump card. He's a clown. If you look at a trump card in the deck, it's a joker. This joker was sent to us by God to end white privilege by embodying it. And 4 years ago, if I'd have been able to talk about white privilege, should have been people in the room. After this week, you can no longer deny that there is two sets of rules, that there is two Americas, and that the so-called right, they don't have any integrity, they don't have any honor, they don't have any consistency. And what I think is funny about all of this is a lot of people got involved in politics and rhetoric and propaganda and useless, meaningless shit that college freshmen and former thoughts who want to look smart talk about. Nobody talked about policies. Nobody talked about the results of those policies. And nobody talked about the implementation of the policies. All that politics and propaganda and rhetoric, that shit is for children and wannabe smart people that go to liberal arts schools on the East Coast. At the end of the day, a politician is a policy maker. It's in the same word. Policy, politician, poll. You get it? And if you're talking politics, you're a child. Talk about policies. Talk about how they implemented the policies and talk about the results of the policies. And what we just saw, and mind you, they say they're going to do it again on the 17th. Did you hear that, Morgan? Next Sunday, they say they're going to do it again. And I think they're going to try to do something at their inauguration. So we still got another 10 days to go. What is it? Is it 7 days?
Yeah, we record on Sunday, so it's the 10th.
So it's the 10th. So we got another 10 days to go before we see what they really gonna do. Did you see the Oregon? Did you see the pictures of the Oregon state representative letting them into the Capitol building and all that stuff? So what we got to do is see next if the Democrats are gonna do what a lot of their critics have been saying they gonna do, and that's be some placating pussies who are actually on the same exact side. Cause people got this red versus blue shit fucked up. It's red, it's white, and it's blue, you dumbasses. People got this left versus right shit fucked up. Where the camera? Left and right are two wings of the same bird. So, all these people who fail for politics, if you really think that these people who live in the same cities, who went to the same schools, they all went to the same schools, right? They all went to Wharton, Harvard, Princeton. They all go to the same schools, right? They all live in the same cities. They all from the same cities. They all work together. They all in the same fraternities. They all go to the same lodges. If you really think that they different or they on different teams just because one of them wears a blue hat and one of them wears a red hat, that would be as stupid as thinking the AFC and the NFC ain't both in the NFL.
Come on.
They both get a check from Roger Goodell, you stupid motherfucker. That's like thinking that the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference are not the NBA. They both answer to Adam Silver. That's like thinking that fucking Cash Money and Rockefeller ain't both on Universal. Oh, you didn't know that? They are. They on the same label. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z is on the same label whole time. It's Cash Money, Republic, Universal. It was Rockefeller, Def Jam, Universal. But they both was on fucking Universal. So I hope that people wake up and stop falling for this goofy shit, because right now the right has become the living embodiment of everything that they said that they hated. Everything that they say BLM did, they just did. Everything, oh, they flip-flopping, you flip-flopping. Oh, they cucks, you a cuck. You just let this man lift motherfucking America's skirt up on national TV and fucking ass. That's some cuck ass shit.
National and
international TV. You just let America get fucked in. You're a cuck, bruh. You're a cuck. And last thing that I'm really excited about this, because we just watched the white privilege die. 1492 to 2021. It just died. Leave black men out of the fucking patriarchy.
And I'd like to comment on that, because I do think that people they don't understand that a lot of times patriarchy is a white term. It comes from white men. It's always come from white men. Now, other people can practice, they can try to
but you're not a member.
Patriarchy, but they can never actually succeed in exhibiting patriarchy. Keep in mind that there are women who can exhibit patriarchal behaviors, but they can never actually stand in patriarchy.
Over 50% of European women voted for this shit again.
Exactly. And those are idiots with internal, that they can try to be patriarchal, but they're still behind the white man.
Right. So I'm so glad we are not a part of the patriarchy. Stop including us in that shit. We're not in the club. We're not. You don't see us in the club, because last time I checked, the police don't treat us like that. We're not in the club. We're not a part of it. We're not members. Some would like to be. Some false flag. You know what I'm saying? They pretend they faking the funk. I'm not going to deny that.
There's a few black men out there.
I saw a couple of them. I know some people that support it. You know what I'm saying? I went to Corliss with a nigga that's down with some shit like that.
Bro, I know one who, he gets into the next topic because it's wild to me that he would be a part of that. And
nah, I know. Wow, you ain't shit. You ain't shots fired.
Okay, but no, and I want to wrap this up. I want to wrap this up because I've seen ridiculous things, right? Like
right.
Carrie Hilson took to Twitter last night and she posted this.
She reminded everybody why she don't exist.
She posted this on her.
Post?
I think she posted this, or she had to post this on her Twitter feed or her Instagram story. One of the two. She said, talking about Donald Trump's account being suspended from Twitter.
Yeah.
She said, "This may be funny, but it is a little dangerous too. Take Trump out of it for a moment. A democracy must include freedom of speech. Imagine other leaders or popular figures not being able to voice their opinion if it opposes the majority of world leaders."
Lil Boosie got kicked off Instagram. What the fuck is she talking about?
Our freedom of speech being taken from us. Slowly but surely, censorship. I don't know why she put censorship in parentheses. If the leader of the free world can be removed, imagine that same right of civilians.
We already do got.
Every time you read false information detected in propaganda, deceptive reports, and flat out lies being the only thing we see. Then she put the side eye emoji. I am, you know what? I think that
In principle, I understand what people saying.
I don't understand what she's saying though, and I think
They're using a logical fallacy, and you can look it up. Anybody who doesn't know what logical fallacies is, go look up your logical fallacy is. The logical fallacy that she's talking about is called slippery slope, and what she's saying is it's a slippery slope, and that once you let one thing go, then you let the next thing go, and then you let the next thing go, and then you just slide down the slope. And a lot of people think like that, and sometimes it's true, but it's actually a logical fallacy. Now, here's the thing.
ain't it just cause and effect though?
Yes, but here's the thing. Beyond all that, it's a terms of service
Come on.
that you must click whenever you join Twitter. Next thing, Parler did the same thing. After Parler was set up for being, oh, we're the ones that don't do that, they turned around and fucking did it.
They had a terms of service.
They got a terms of service, and they start blocking certain people's shit for saying wild and crazy shit. Like they was talking about, we gonna take Pence and put him in front of a firing range or some shit like that. So Parler had to do the same thing. Here's the thing about all that. A, it's a private company. Private companies have terms of service, and they have the right to refuse your service. That's just as American as free speech. A of all, that's just as American as free speech. Second of all, free speech ain't free.
Mm-hmm.
You can't yell bomb in a movie theater. You cannot. That's illegal. You cannot. See, free speech ain't free. It has a cost. And if you ain't willing to pay the cost, then you not. Now, do I believe in censorship? No. Do I fuck with Zuckerberg and all them people? No. Hell no. I saw that what's his name, Waka Flocka agreed. And here's why I'm agree with him. Do I believe that people such as Fuckerberg and Zuckerberg and the Jack dude over at Twitter and
Jack
Dorsey and Bill Gates and
Paul and Rohan, Clubhouse, all these other people.
And then the guy who owns Amazon, what's his name, Bezos.
Yeah.
Do I believe that these 5 people and these 5 corporations and Google, just remember Google, do I believe that these 5-6 corporations and these 5-6 human beings should be able to unilaterally make decisions that without any form of democracy or government that affects the lives of billions of people? No. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. At the same time, same exact time, do I believe that the government and certain human beings should be exempt from the same exact terms of service as common citizens in a democracy where we are all allegedly equal? No, because if any of us said or did any of those same things, we would have been had our Twitter account suspended a long time ago. So when people say these things, that's the one thing I'm so glad about this era. I'm so glad that the smart dummy era is coming to an end, because a lot of Negroes, a lot of Latinos wanted to go against the grain and be different, and they were saying and agreeing with shit just to sound, I don't know, look smart. Oh, you guys are believing in the Democrats. First of all, I don't believe in any one of these motherfuckers. Let's be clear. Some of the most racist places I've ever been in, New York, Chicago, and LA. Democratic fucking cities. Worst projects in America, New York, Chicago, and LA. So if you think I think the Democrats love black people, you're a fucking idiot. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. Like, come the fuck on. Let's also be clear. Some of the poorest, most uneducated places I've ever been is Red America. Red America is poor as fuck. Red America is uneducated. These Euros over there have a lower quality of life than niggas in Inglewood. Let's be clear. We drive 30 minutes southeast of here into Indiana, and the cars get smaller. Soon as you cross State Line Road, am I lying? You driving all throughout the city, you see Maximas, you see Altimas like they free. Soon as you cross state line roads, you start seeing Sentras and Nissan Leafs and shit you ain't never heard of or seen before in your life. They poor, they ignorant, they ain't got no education, and they dope fiends. They dope fiends. They claim to be freedom lovers, but actually, they the ones who still sitting there hoping a fucking factory is gonna reopen, and they the ones that live in towns where the manager at Walmart got the best damn job in the city. So I don't think in terms of some goofy shit like red and blue. Are you fucking serious? That's game. That's mind control. All I'm happy is that the so-called smart dummy Negroes who wanted to be contrarian and support and agree with all kind of stupid shit that didn't serve them just so that they could be different. I'm so glad that we finally get to say, nigga, you sold your soul for a tax cut that didn't even benefit you. There have been no policies enacted, and you just blindly supported a mediocre European. Because let's be clear, what we just witnessed is white America cucking itself to support a mediocre European. He was mediocre. Nothing excellent. Nothing. You had Senate, Congress, motherfucking the White House, and the Supreme Court. What major legislation was passed? None. A failed tax cut. It failed. So we just watched America play itself to support mediocre European males. You and I both know that the entertainment industry, for us to get in, a mediocre European male from a good family?
Come on.
And then you have to sit there and talk to him and basically tell him how to do his fucking job. So we just witnessed the lengths that America will go to bend over backwards and support a mediocre European male. And now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Once a bell is rung, it can't be unrung.
Yep.
The bell has been rung. America bent over backwards to accept the lies of a mediocre European con man. And I'm not saying that a lot of this stuff that they saying not true. I'm not saying it ain't no cabal, no Illuminati, none of that shit. I ain't saying they ain't fucking eating babies. I'm just saying, if this was the savior, we're fucked.
And all I want to say,
that's the best we got.
All I want to
that
say
piece of
to
shit?
wrap that up, because we was talking about Carrie Hilson's
Carrie Hilson, I feel
statement. No. And I want to say this, because she inserted public figures in there, right? And public figures being policed for what they say. And my thing is, Carrie Hilson, and we just saw how Twitter and Facebook tried to play nicely with the president of the United States, right? And they allowed him to continue to say things, even though he had been saying a lot of erroneous shit for years.
Lost
right?
by 10 million
They
votes.
tried to let him remain with his profile there, even though they knew that he was violating every term of their service.
This is what I just said. A mediocre white man.
Exactly. He was violating every term of their Carrie. I don't know what you think you potentially may say, where you think that your voice will be stifled because of this wild thought that you have, right?
Right.
If you think your thought is that wild, Carrie, then you just probably shouldn't say it. And I'm going to be honest, because you, again, are a regular citizen like the rest of us. And the reality is, if you look at the terms of service, what you do operates against what that term of service says.
I get.
Then just walk away from it. Look, I might have strong beliefs, but I also have to recognize that, hey, every belief that I have does not need to be publicly exhibited, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And the reason is because
it's a time and place for everything.
Exactly. That's all it is. It's a time.
Well, here's the thing, though.
And a place.
The same people that's acting like this is a big thing will then not have any sort of problem if I'm not letting the nightclub because I got on gym shoes. That, like, how is it not the same thing? These people got rules on the door. What I don't like is that's why I started off by saying I agree with them saying that these private institutions have not earned or even demonstrated that they are capable of handling that much power properly. So them being able to unilaterally make decisions is insane. And I believe what's coming next is all these tech monopolies is about to get broken up the same way AT&T got broken up. At the same time, what Kerry Hilson is saying, I understand in principle, but it's very short-sighted. It ignores the fact that he was already in violation of terms of service. It ignores the fact that they, in 2018, fought to pass laws that would make this easier for them to do. It also ignores that the rules were already being broken and exceptions were already being made. And it doesn't take into account the fact that slippery slope is a logical fallacy.
All right. Now,
God bless you, Carrie. And look, you're beautiful. Hit me up. I got some beats for you.
Shut up.
Just leave your socks on because I seen your feet and them motherfuckers is rough.
First of all, that
wolf.
You don't know. She
might have surgery, but I seen
stop,
the
okay?
I seen the picture.
First of all, I will say that walking in heels a lot of times and walking in shoes that might not exactly fit can damage.
Oh, I'm sure. That's what the case is. She got them ballerina feet.
Okay.
You ever dated a ballerina, man?
I have not dated a ballerina yet.
Ooh, leave your socks on.
Now,
ballerinas, look, if you like feet, don't date ballerinas,
right.
Ice skaters, and if you like backs, don't date swimmers. Them bitches got big backs.
First of all, ain't nothing wrong with a big back. I got a big back. Now, let's keep it moving. I did not want to have to address this. Well, first of all, hold on. Let me talk about it.
As a member of the Kardashian clan, I understand how this is sensitive.
Yeah, exactly. It's because, I recognize that Kim has poured her heart and soul into this marriage. And, hold on.
I'm with Kim.
We have seen
but I'm with Kim.
We have seen a lot of chaotic behavior on the behalf of her husband. As of late. So
Kim deserved half.
It was reported last week that they have been in talks about a possible divorce.
Makes sense.
And that they are working out all of the things in connection with that, okay? Now, that has been accepted as a true story.
We don't know if it's true or not.
We don't know if it's
but
exactly
it seemed right.
Yes, it seemed right, and people have sources that they have spoken to. Again, I have not seen these sources, so I will only say reported.
So you just a Kardashian cousin. They ain't talking to you no more.
Now look, let me say this, all right? There was a second story that came out.
That was spicier.
They came out the next morning, and this story involved Kanye West apparently cheating,
allegedly,
with beauty star and makeup influencer guru Jeffree Star.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jeffree Star is androgynous. They do, however, utilize he and they pronouns. Outside of my own personal thoughts about Jeffree, because Jeffree is not anyone that I would entertain as I do not see Jeffree's external nor internal beauty. However,
whoa, shots fired.
No. First of all, I realize that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That definitely is not my cup of tea.
I got you.
Now, I watched people make the jokes, and I watched people make the, comical comments about it, like, oh my God, yada, yada, yada. But then I even saw this. This was what really bothered me.
What bothered you?
The other day.
What bothered you?
It was someone who I consider a sister, somebody who is a colleague, and she was mocking the behavior within the alleged story by saying that the girls been knew the tea about that rapper. The girls know all of the tea, yada, yada, yada.
Okay,
basically cool. Inferring that the rapper alleged in this story, the rapper being Kanye West, has been, in proximity to
Oh, the community.
the girls like myself.
Yeah, especially.
And so this was my issue with that. And I said, first of all, if you're not in the pour, this is not your tea to spill. By that I mean, if you are not the other party who this person was entangled with,
Was dancing with.
then it ain't your story to tell, because it's literally not your story to tell. Now I want to go back to the original story.
Yes, go. Cause I'm curious on you. I got my view,
No,
but I'm
because
listening. I'm listening first.
This is my issue. I say that this was not treated like any other just rumor, right? The reason it wasn't treated as any other rumor is because of homophobia, because of queerphobia, because of transphobia within hip hop, right? Well, we try to act like somebody would be lesser than if they did indeed have relations with
I can see.
a transgender person, or that they would have been lesser than if they were in relations with another man, right? Or another male presenting person, right?
Maybe.
And I think, hold on, I want to say this because I think that this
is
something that really needs to be said.
Get off your
Guess
chest.
what? There are people, there are rappers, there are managers, there are singers, there are athletes who have slept with trans people.
Yes.
There are athletes, there are rappers, there are gang members, there are drug dealers, there are a bunch of people who have slept with other men.
Wait. Fuck slept. Loved.
Exactly. Let's go into that. And my thing is, we don't need to keep treating this shit like it's something that's so unorthodox or something that's so unacceptable that we gotta sit here and make jokes and laugh about this shit. And the reason that this bothers me the most
why is it bothering
last week is because last week there was a young woman who was murdered 3 blocks away from me.
Oh, that's crazy.
This was a transgender black woman who was murdered 3 blocks away from me. And I had to look at the Sun-Times misgender this woman in death, which that goes to the whole fact that we not respected while we alive, and then y'all don't even give us the dignity of respecting us in death. Also, keep in mind that this person seemed to be in relations at the time with a cisgender black man, and I've now seen people speaking of this situation and calling that gentleman who died a faggot, down low. They've called him all types of things, right?
Okay.
And the reality is he's dead now.
He did too?
Yes, he got killed in the shooting. No, it was 2 people who got shot.
I don't know. Okay.
Her and the gentleman. And they both dead, but now people are going back and looking at him in death and saying, he's a faggot. He was down low. He was all of this shit, right? And the reality is everything connects. It's all interrelated, right? The fact that there are niggas who be in the studio. They be in the studio with they niggas that they love, and then when other niggas come in the room, then they gotta pull away from each other. And do all of this other shit.
Look.
I'm sorry. I'm on this tangent right now. Just let me finish this road. I think that we have to get to a point where, guess what? It must be accepted that there are not even just rappers. Let's talk about just black men in general. There are black men who are going to fuck me. There are black men who are going to love me. There are going to be black men who are going to lust after me. And at the end of the day, they are no lesser than or no different than any of y'all other niggas who are out here chasing pussy. So I need y'all to just let a lot of this like flagrant shit that folks are saying go. You could go.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start with what you said, then I'm gonna go back to the Kanye shit. I think people thought I was joking the whole time. Like anybody who's watched this show or watched any previous episodes, you may have thought that I was joking with a lot of things that I said, and people was like, well, how are you doing this show with Morgan and Show? And I'm like, well, the thing is, oh man, don't you know that they in the community? I'm like, the thing is, you got friends with people who are in the community, you just don't know. And when you talk about music, arts, entertainment, let's be clear. And anybody who knows what I'm about to say is true. A lot of this entertainment is another world. And while people may say things in public, behind closed doors, whether what I'm about to say is right or wrong is still true. A lot of times, special girls is like Pokemon. They celebrities. People want to collect them all. And a lot of times, the guys who you think, the guys who you think are the cool dudes, that ain't his woman. What's the term? Beard or some shit like that or something like that?
Yeah,
Beard. That's his beard. And y'all just gotta know what's really going on. And the world that you think is going on ain't the world that's going on. So in regards to all that other stuff, people losing their lives over this shit, that shit crazy to me. I don't understand the people who get emotionally involved about who somebody else is fucking, about who somebody else is with. What you eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, what you eat don't make me shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what you're doing as long as, you know, it's not hurting me and or anybody I love. But other than that, I don't give a fuck.
But even with that, I think it's like the most times, you know, when the girls are murdered, it's by somebody who they're involved with, who thinks that somebody's going to tell.
All right, let's be clear. I'm going to say this one more time, and then I'm going to move segment to the Kanye shit. I've been saying this the whole time, so look, camera. The entertainment and music industry, I don't know everywhere, but I do know what's going on in a couple cities. I'd say whatever the normal population of the demographic for the LGBT community, it's between 2 to 4 times higher in the entertainment industry, and is dominated by men and women, but particularly and primarily men that's on the DL. And majority of a lot, like, if newsflash, if you see a guy who tends to define his masculinity by conquesting as many women as possible, or by having that image and look, I'm gonna say, if it looked too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. And about 40% of them guys, in my personal experience, actually would prefer to be with you. And the reason why they gotta have sex with so many, like, look, Chicago hip hop. That's why I keep saying this. The bouncers, the DJs, the rappers, the producers, all them. The ones you see with 30, 40, 50, you done seen them knock off 100 chicks. The reason he knocked off 100 chicks is because he didn't want one. And all of that was a giant temper tantrum trying to convince themselves and everybody else that they somebody that they are not. That they are not. And that's all this, like, when I see this, it to me is a sign of immaturity. Because if you actually were mature, once you actually reach a level of actual maturity, not age, you could be 15 and understand this, you could be 51 and never understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Once you reach an actual level of maturity, you realize that other people's opinions about you and your life and your decisions only affect you when you're thin-skinned. The only way judgment can affect you is if you're not already solid within. So anyone that would A, try to deny themselves, and B, try to hurt another person so that they could keep their lie together does not have a high self-image. They don't have a high self-worth. Because if you have, like, people are like, look, people, oh man, why don't you do certain things and put on your clothes and do this? I can, but at the end of the day, I realized that having gear and being fresh and all that is cool, but I was using that shit to hide that I didn't have a positive self-image. And there was a point where I felt like I needed a fresh pair of shoes or a fresh lining or a new outfit or something like that to augment what I didn't feel inside. There was a point where I went out and worked out at the gym, not because I wanted to be healthy. It's so that I could look good to somebody else and I could be attractive to somebody else. And I realized that all of that shit was just a giant way to fill a hole that was already inside of me. So part of the reason why I just grew my hair out and stopped giving a fuck was because I realized that I gave a fuck because I was seeking submission. I was seeking approval. I was seeking acceptance. I wanted to be liked. And all of that is a sign of submission. That is giving my authority away to another person, hoping that they will give it back to me. And when I realized that's what I was doing, and mind you, I love shoes, I love clothes, I love all that. I love all that. But when I realized that it was a substitute for a positive self-image, I stopped doing it because I wanted to feel the same way inside that I thought an outfit would make me feel, or I thought a new bitch would make me feel, or I thought a big show would make me feel, and all these external things that I try to do to bring about an internal change. See, most people try to change the external world so that they could turn around and change their internal world. Maybe once I got the money, then I'm going to feel different on the inside. Maybe once I got this, I'm going to feel different on the inside. I realized that that was fucking insanity. And the way that you change the external world is by first changing the internal world. So when I realized this, I started weaning myself off of the drugs that I had that would make me feel internally some type of way. A new pair of shoes made me feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? A new haircut made me feel some type of way. The bitch that everybody want lusting after me made me feel some type of way. And then I realized that, wait a minute, why don't I just feel this fucking way all the time? Why do I need these external things to make me feel internally a certain type of way? And once I thought that thought, I couldn't unthink it. So I started removing these external things from my life so that I could feel that way about myself without it. I want to feel the same way a nigga feel when he get a fresh lining. I want to feel that way and ain't shaved in 3 fucking months. That's the way I want to feel internally. So I'm saying all that to say everything that we're talking is because these individuals do not have a positive self-image. Because if they had a positive self-image, they would not be thin-skinned. You cannot be thin-skinned if you have a positive self-image. If I know my worth intrinsically, my value, I know what I bring to the table, I recognize my beauty, I embody it. What the fuck could another person say externally to affect my internal world? Nothing. There is nothing they could do. And I'm not saying I'm there 100%. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying I see the finish line. And that's the goal. So when you talk about this on all sides of the equation, to me, the real lowest common denominator is that, where the camera, there you go. People do not have a positive self-image. And because they don't have a positive self-image, they try to make up for that by having a positive external image and wanting the world to think something about them that they don't think about they damn self. And they want the world to feel something about them that they don't feel about they damn self. Because had any one of those individuals thought and felt positively about themselves and they had a positive self-image, guess what would not have happened, Morgan? None of that shit. If a motherfucker had a positive self-image, what could the homie saying? What was the young lady who died? What was her name? Yeah, let's just, because you said everybody didn't do it. Let's do it. Let's say her name. Until you get her name though, what could somebody say? They be like, "Oh, you love Tasha." Well, if a nigga had a positive self-image, he'd be like, "Yeah."
It's Devaria Alexander.
Devaria. So somebody, if a man, whoever these people was, if they had a positive self-image, and somebody said, "Yeah, I heard you with Devaria," what could that do to their internal world? If they had a positive self-image, nothing. There is nothing that anything external could ever do to shake your internal world if you have a positive self-image. So when I hear these stories, it breaks my heart that anybody is going through this because they don't love themselves so much that they are afraid of what someone else will think about them more than valuing what they think about themselves. Like, if you think the world of you, what could anyone else say that could possibly interfere with that? Nothing. So when I hear this story, the reason why I even agreed to do this show and all that other reasons, but it's because I want people to develop. Like, I already know people looking at me like, "Oh man, you doing this show with Morgan and Gay. Morgan and Show, is you gay?"
Yeah.
Well, nigga, if I was, then what? I still have badder bitches than you. Like, even if I was, check this out. I still have badder bitches. I still be better, nice on the mic. I still have better beats. I still have the love of God, my family, and more importantly, myself. So part of me doing this is people, "Oh, you got to be brave." You crazy. You're crazy. People have to stop A, minding other people's business, and B, develop a fucking positive self-image where even if somebody was minding your business, what the fuck could that do to you? Nothing. If I'm a billionaire and I walk past a homeless person and he laughing, nigga, who the fuck, boy, shut up. My self-image would make your critique of me fucking irrelevant. And go back to Kanye. I don't know if Kanye did it or not. I don't care if Kanye did it or not. There have been rumors swirling around Kanye for decades. Mm-hmm. There have been rumors. Now, mind you, I'm not a rumor type motherfucker. If I wasn't in the room, I didn't see it. I am not denying it, but I'm not spreading it because I got to see it. And even if I see it, I only believe half of what I see because I might not have had proper context. But I don't know about Kanye. I don't know about this Jeffrey. I don't know about none of that. What I do know is this, and I know this. A lot of Chicago hip hop is dominated by on the down low individuals who love special girls and love each other. And they are so deathly afraid that someone will find out their truth that they have created an entire persona, an entire fake fucking personality and separate lives that they are willing to fight and cock block and blackball and maybe even kill to keep intact. And you insecure, thin-skinned, bitch-ass nigga. Develop some self-esteem and some fucking self-worth and a positive self-fucking image and accept yourself and quit trying to make everyone else live your lie. Nigga, we know the truth. Mm-hmm. You gotta accept it. You accept yourself. We've already accepted it. We know, everybody knows. Your ex-girlfriends done told on you. I'm just, look, Chicago hip-hop. I know the DL community is watching this because they think Morgan gonna tell me something. Nigga, Morgan ain't had to tell me shit. Your ex-girlfriends already done told us. Everybody knows in the inner circle. We already accept you. We already love you. The only person that don't love you, nigga, is you. Stop it.
And I think that's a beautiful place to end. We need more people saying stuff like that. And I'm working on something. Hopefully, I might be able to get some people involved so that I could do this. I want to take this event that I'm doing and push it out virtually and just have the conversations, man. Because I think that these conversations need to be had. Just because this shit is getting ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And my heart goes out to y'all because y'all living y'all truth. And it's just a group of motherfuckers out there who don't have a positive self-image. Mm-hmm. And they hiding the truth. And then because they don't have a positive self-image, that wears off on your, especially the girls, because now while they living out in the open at the same time, it's a secret. And that can't be healthy towards your self-image. I couldn't imagine like dating someone of another race, right? But they don't bring me around their race. Yeah. Even if I thought they family and friends were some lames and some losers or something, somewhere deep down inside subconsciously, maybe my inner child would like have some form of. So basically all I'm saying is with all this, I think that I want you to do whatever you got to do. And the thing is, I don't get involved in the politics and all that shit. I don't care. The thing that I care about is people having a positive enough self-fucking image where they can stop destroying their lives. Because think about the 3 lives they destroying. They destroying their life by living duplicitously. They're destroying their beard's life because that bitch could go somewhere and be a wife and a mother. And be loved for real. And then they destroying they real. So this one selfish individual is destroying 3 fucking lives because they don't have a positive self-image. That's all this is.
On that note, I want to transition over to music theory.
Hold on, I got to turn the thing on.
Okay. Thank you for
it's
that.
Turned on.
Let me make sure that I'm tapped in. Tap.
Love yourself,
tap,
bitch
tap,
ass nigga.
Tap in. We are doing a Saweetie song today. Not right now, but that is going to be the second song.
Saweetie.
But right now, we're going to play, this is brand new from a Chicago artist. I believe that they moved recently, but I know this is through Empire.
LA or something?
Empire 300.
Oh, definitely in LA.
It's Alex Wiley, and it's called Thankful to Breathe.
I haven't heard Alex Wiley in a while.
She yell at my balls just like it's tennis. When you talking to me, please watch your mouth like a dentist. I hope and I pray I live forever, but with every breath I might be finished. I'm thankful to breathe, thankful to breathe. I'm feeling over the sea, thankful to breathe, breathe. I'm feeling over the sea. Release me. I'm old enough to see now. The world it turns and spins around. All I know is to be still.
there is brand new.
Alex
brand
Wiley.
new Alex Wiley. It's called Thankful to Breathe.
That it may be my favorite Alex Wiley song ever.
I miss my buddy who I used to go and check out Alex Wiley with. I'm happy that Alex is back at it on the music
Yeah, I
side.
hadn't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, man, it
I
was
hadn't-
actually a really good record, but I want to get into it, like the detail of it.
Okay.
I know that there was some musical stuff in there that you really, really enjoyed. We were talking off.
Yeah.
off mic.
Yeah, it was well produced. It was very well produced. It was very well mixed. I'm an Ableton whore, so it sounded a little bit like an Ableton beat in that they was leaving that 4-bar loop. It was like it was actually a good product from beginning to end. I never really was a big Alex Wiley fan when he first was popping. Felt like it was a lot of just too much buzz too fast, and that always makes me just go, ah. But that right there was not what I expected. Like, it was musical. Like, you can tell that they actually put some effort into it. I couldn't say anything. Like, I only have positive things to say. Like I said, it might possibly, I don't like the video too much looking at it, but I even like the message, thankful to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, I think I am starting to take things like breath and appreciating it. I'm starting to take things like once, all right, we was just talking about positive self-image. There was a point in my life where my self-image was based on a fake competition between me and the other artists in and around the city. And when my life and then once people start getting signed and people start making real money and shit, you start comparing yourself to others. And not only as an artist do you compare yourself to others, sometimes you got to seek the attention, acceptance, and approval of the so-called gatekeepers. And you put all your work into something and somebody could just be like, no, don't like it, right? And when I was actually allowed that to fuck with my self-image, I was not thankful to breathe. I did not appreciate my life because I was in an imaginary competition with people who probably didn't give a fuck if I was alive or dead. So as a person, I'm just I could relate to that. I'm thankful to breathe. I feel like I'm just enjoying. You see, yeah, here you go with the depressing ass imagery in the video. But I'm actually thankful to breathe, and I could feel that. That just sound like some real wavy West Coast. I've been smoking some of the best weed in my life, and I'm coming down off of a acid flashback, and I'm just appreciating my life. So yeah, shout out to Alex Wiley. Shout out to his whole team, his whole camp. I'm normally not a fan of 300 Records, but Empire, they put their foot into this one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, shout out to Empire.
I said this last week with Tink. I think that some people are allowed to have a rebrand right now because of we in COVID. So
if you smart, you gonna rebrand yourself.
I mean, we're in COVID, and I think that some people who may have been written off or discarded by some, they're able to actually put out music that folks actually can vibe with now. And so when the world opens back up, whatever that new, whatever the new festival scene looks like, whatever the new concert scene
whatever
looks like,
that is,
I think that Alex Wiley potentially has the opportunity here. I don't know what the rest of this project is going to sound like, but I think that he has the potential to be one of those who steps to a different level.
Oh, one thing. If you are an artist right now, especially an older artist or somebody who already got their first run, and the industry, pretendustry, the blogosphere, whatever the fuck playlisters, they moved on. Now is the best time ever to put put out your best work ever. Because the fact of the matter is, the whole popularity game that everybody playing, that should only work when you go into the nightclubs and we all got wristbands and all that. But now that we just sitting at home, you can't make me like your music because you popular if I ain't seen your ass personally in 9 fucking months. You know what I'm saying? So I like what Alex did. And I honestly, I'm excited about this project because, mind you, that could have just been like a random beat, you know what I'm saying, like last one added. But it don't. When you start making music like that, it leads me to believe you're not trying to go for the radio. You're not trying to be popular. You're not trying to. You're not trying. That's the magic word. You're just doing.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the projects that pop. When you sit there and, oh, I got to make this for the radio. Oh, I got to make this for this. I got to make this for the ladies. I got to make, when you overthink it is when you don't overthink shit. When you overthink it is when you fuck it up. So I hope this new Alex Wiley is lit. I only got positive things to say for it. I definitely am gonna put that. I'm gonna put that on my Spotify play. He's getting a heart. He's getting a star from me. Hey Alex, I got .0038 for you, dog.
Okay, now speaking of somebody who is doing something for radio play, Saweetie dropped her new song and video.
Is it
on
Saweetie
Friday.
or Sweetie?
Saweetie.
Saweetie.
Saweetie dropped her new song and video on Friday. It's featuring Doja Cat.
Oh, that bitch.
And it's called Best Friend. Here we go.
Doja over.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in. Beep, beep. Is that my bestie in a tessie? Fresh blowout, skin on town, she ready. Bitch, you look good with a T at the end. I'm a hyper every time, now my motherfucking friend. She been down since the jellies and the bobos. Now me stepping out the Jeep, got my nullos. When we pull up to the scene, they be filled with jealousy. If a bitch get finicky, she gon' bring the energy. I hit a phone with a T like, bitch, guess what? All the rich ass boys wanna fuck on us. I just ass sitting up, you could look, don't touch. And I'm back busting bands every time we link up.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she twerking. She throw it out and come back in.
That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no lift in a strip club. No, my girl gon' tip. Now she twerking, she throw it out and come back in.
That my best friend. If you need a freak, I ain't dumb but motherfucker, she my Tweedledee. If she ride for me, she don't need a key. If you sideways, she straighten you if need to be. And she so bad that I just can't take that bitch nowhere. She off her fish, I said, don't go there. Bitch, break her back, she protect and attack. Get that strap, let them buckle, foot on neck, give no air. Whole world wanna be us. Then my main bitch, she my day one. On my way, bitch, let you get drunk and celebrate. Cause we the baddest in the club, that's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor.
Best Friend,
She had 2-3
Saweetie
drinks, now she
featuring
twerking. She
Doja
throw it
Cat.
out and come
I want to
back
say this
in.
about Doja because I think that this is something that gets slept over. Doja has bars. Doja has bars.
I was a fan, but
Doja has bars and Doja has flows.
yeah, she's talented. But after that whole racist shit, fuck
Hey
her.
man, yo, fuck out of here. We not go
Fuck
get into
her.
that. Stop it.
No, I'm just telling you, that's just the
Stop
truth.
it.
That's the truth.
Stop it.
Hey, no, fuck her.
Anyway.
But the song was decent. The video is decent. I don't think it's a super single. But I did like some of you could tell the video that they actually tried.
I mean, I think in this day and age, that's as blockbuster as a video as you're gonna get.
Yeah, the video they actually went.
That's what I'm saying, because keep in mind we have all of these COVID restrictions. For example, LA is still LA. They just have to shut down the entire industry.
Well, because them stupid motherfuckers. Like last time I was in LA, people forget that Cali is way more. It got this fake reputation for being liberal. That's some bullshit. Doja did lose too much weight. I did want to say that, but yeah, LA they fucked it up. But that was a decent song. Not anything that I would listen to per se, but I did see that they put forth effort. I like the way that they played off each other.
And I'm glad, and I will say this: I'm glad that they have what was I gonna say? I'm glad that Saweetie I'm glad that Saweetie is truly standing in who she is, which is we know that she's not trying to be the best. She's not trying to have the best bars.
Right.
You know, we know that she's not trying to, be Nicki or, be Kim or be Megan, none of them. She's just going to keep making
Her
quality music,
Right.
and also recognizing that, hey, I'm going to pass it off to somebody
I
right
did-
here who can do that better than me.
What I did notice, and this doesn't happen a lot, and when it does happen, it's so rare that when it actually does happen, it's like a major moment. Like even right now, while we talking off camera, I'm watching her video with Jenny and Aiko, my favorite type of toxicity. Janae Aiko, whatever, my favorite type of toxicity. She does a lot of work with other ladies, and a lot of times the ladies don't work together. And when they do videos together, you could tell that it's for the camera. So yeah, I like the fact that she's not Nicki, that she not Meg. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Like I say, still not my cup of tea. Not anything that I would listen to on the regular, but it's decent. I mean, it ain't like something if I walked in and I heard. It ain't like that WAP shit with Cardi. Like if my child walked in, I would turn it off. So no, it's decent.